Hello, ladies, and welcome to day 6 of Sip from the Well 10 Days of Pause. So, it has been a great 5 days. We've talked about a lot of things. We've started to think about strategy and how to really make adjustments in our lives so that we are not living lives that we have to consistently recover from. That is critically important. And I'm sure you can tell I'm in a different location. I am outside. And the reason why I'm outside is because the next couple of pauses that I'm going to talk to you about deal with the outside. So, some of them you don't necessarily have to be outside, but the illustration of the importance of being in nature is good for the next 3 things that we're going to talk about. So, up next for us today on day 6, we are going to talk about the pause of movement. The pause of movement. I'm sitting outside. I don't think you can, oh, you can see a little bit. I'm sitting on my mat because I'm getting ready to do a workout. Please don't let me mislead you. I do not usually do my workouts outside, but I thought today would be a great way to kind of incorporate 2 of our pauses. One of them is nature, which I will talk about tomorrow. But today, we're going to talk about movement. We're going to talk about the pause of movement. Now, I am a coach, a mental health coach. I work as a mental health coach um, in my full-time job and in my business. I am a coach. That is what I do. I coach people through how to live from wholeness, how to be positioned for purpose, and to do that in a way that you are not losing yourself in your purpose. You are not losing yourself in the way you lead your life. Okay. Because that is the key. That is the reason why we are here. We do not want to lose ourselves in the way we are leading our lives. One of the things that women come to me the most about is how do I manage my stress and anxiety? Okay. Anxiety. Some of you may deal with anxiety. I don't know. But um, anxiety is definitely one of the major things that people come to me to deal with in my work. One of the questions that I ask people, especially if they are in the height of anxiety. There's lots of different things we can tell people to do when you experience anxiety or you feel it coming on to prevent it. There are things we can do. We can sing, we can, there's lots of things. But when it comes to someone who is in the midst of a deep place of anxiety. It's heightened and they just don't know what to do. I always ask them, where are you? Are you standing or sitting? Are you alone? Or are other people with you? What room in your house are you in? Are you inside or outside? Like these are practical things that I ask people. If they tell me they are sitting down, I ask them to stand up. If they tell me they are laying down, I ask them to sit up. If they are in their living room, I say, can you go to the porch? Can you go to the dining room? Can you go to the bedroom? Why? Because the very movement of our body, being able to get up, shift positions, movement of your arms, movement of your limbs, it shifts energy in your body. It disrupts patterns in your body, disrupts things that you're experiencing. And we are amongst the most sedentary people in the world, in the US. If you're watching if you're watching me from the US, we are some of the most sedentary people in the world, meaning we don't move much, right? And that is something that I want you to check in about with for yourself. How often are you moving your body? How often are you giving your body you know, the things that it needs? And one of the things your body needs is movement, especially as we get older. You know the saying, if you don't use it, you will lose it. That goes for the mobility of your body. And if you're like me in your late 40s, I'm in my late 40s, I have noticed how my body has changed, how the aches and pains can come. And movement is key to helping your physical body, but also shifting emotions in your system. It can move them out. The energy of moving your body can shift and allow space, allow things to move. Okay. Allow things to shift in your body. So, what I want us to go through today in your pause, if you're sitting, that's fine. Just sit. I want you to, if you're standing, that's fine too. I want you to sit with your back as straight as possible. And I want you to breathe in deeply. And I want you to scrunch your shoulders and roll them back. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears and roll them back. One more time. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears and roll them back. And now we're going to do it in the reverse. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears and roll them forward. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears and roll them forward. Crunch. Okay. Step one. Then I want you to stretch your arms up overhead. Lift your head. Stretch and lift even further. And bring your arms down. Stretch your arms overhead again. Breathe in and release. One more time. Stretch your arms overhead. Now I want you to take a moment and I want you to notice. Do you feel any different? Do you feel looser? Give yourself a little wiggle. Okay. Now, next, what we're going to do, this is for our neck area. I want you to just turn your head to one side and hold it for 1 second or 1 or 2 seconds. Gently bring it back. Go to the other side. Hold for 1 or 2 seconds and then bring it back. And now we're going to go down with our head. All while you're doing this, I want you to also incorporate breathing. Okay? Next, arms out straight in front of you. Stretch your arms back behind you. Push your chest up. Head back. Hold it. And release. Okay. Couple things. That took us, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And again, this is not something that is rocket science, but these are things that we don't necessarily think to do throughout the day. These are simple pauses that you can do to loosen yourself up and to take care of your joints. There are things we could do with our ankles, our wrists, all sorts of things. And I want you to think about ways, especially if you are not one who is already working out, who is already exercising and walking and doing all the things. If you're more sedentary right now, I want you to think about little ways that you can add movement into your day. Okay. One of the things I do when I go to stores, I get parking spaces that are far away. I do it intentionally. I know people are always like, I want a good space. I want a good space. A good space to me is a space that's far away. Why? Because it adds steps into my day. I'm intentionally adding steps into my day. Um, you know what makes that easier to do? When you have margins, when you're living life with margins. If you are not living life with margins, you want that space that is right up front, right? Because you need to dart in and dart out because you've got to get to your next thing. Now, again, sometimes that's necessary. Okay. This is not like, oh my gosh, I can never have back-to-back meetings, or I'm not doing something right if I've got to run from here to get my kid and do this and that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about living life with intention and having more awareness of what we're doing. When you have that awareness, it opens up your mind to be more creative, to think about how you can work with the schedule that you have to enter more pauses into your world. Okay. But this is why the work of day 1 and 2 and day 5 yesterday are very important. The strategic work. Those are the things we cannot skip. We have to look at what we're doing and be very honest with ourselves and figure out if there are changes that can be made. Okay? But I want you to, for yourself, think about the pause of movement. How can you add movement into your day every day? 2 minutes, remember? That wasn't a lot. So if there's days you can't be on a mat like I am, you can't be at the gym, you can't go for an hour walk, what can you do? Right? What can you do? We often spend a lot of time thinking about what we can't do and why something will not work. But we're in the shift right now, right? We're shifting. We're shifting our patterns. So our mindset also has to shift. Not thinking about the limits, but thinking about the possibilities. What possibilities are available to you when you pause, receive divine wisdom, and allow yourself to shift? I'll see you tomorrow for day 7.